guys. Let's do video number 2 on this white Supra. Last we left off, a little bit of troubleshooting in 4 or 5 different areas because there was not an exact, you know, red flag jumping out showing us, hey, it's this, go here. Which it's not always that way, but lots of the time, if you've done these things enough, it'll be like, for sure, it doesn't have enough fuel, you need more injector, your pump's failing or something like that. But this was just like very small. So what it was happening was it had a stock fuel feed line and then an additional -6 line, but it didn't have the best filters like I had mentioned. And we switched on the aftermarket line, which was like a -6 older one, a PTFE line that a previous shop had done. You know, we don't know who, but like, let's say it was like 8 years old, because this car had made 860 horsepower supposedly with that same setup. And so we just thought it would go to 1,000 horsepower, no issue. But it did have the little issue once we're on the highway trying to pull the weight of the car through the wind. So boost leak test fixed a little bit of the boost leak. It didn't really change much. It was about the same. We put the other alternator on and it did make it the slightest bit better, but it still had the same issue. And so then we fixed the wiring in the back. We put a radium pump hanger in the back. I'll show you the radium pump hanger in a second here. Then ran XRP Pro Plus line like we do on the race cars and all the cars we build here. Let me show you the underside of my car real quick, because this car's on the ground and I can't show you the underside. So this is a Pro Plus feed and return right here. I use a -10 and then I wire it to 2 feeds. In my case, I put 2 radium filters, so each side of the rail gets filtered. This just is like more protection for my injectors. He is running filter like right here, and then it wires out. Well, his filter's right there because it's a stock placement Supra filter from Radium. It's the bracket and everything. So he has that exact setup right there. And then it wires after that to 2 -8s that feed both ends of the rail. So we did that on his car. Immediately, fuel pressure, well, fuel pressure wasn't dropping. Fuel volume was consistent, and when the car needed more fuel, the Pro EFI would just add more fuel and everything was good. And then we're like, should have done that first, but that's not a quick fix. We had to build Pro Plus crimp lines from the back of the car and, you know, connect them all and connect them up to the chassis so they don't hang down with P-clamps, and the whole, you know, day and a half of work. So that was like our last resort, and we had to get that approved by Richard. And once he approved it, he's like, I don't really want to like spend the money, but it is an upgrade for the future, so let's just do it and make this car right. So we did it, and it's a good sign because everything worked out. So then now we were dialing in boost by gear, and we were able to get it to barely spin the tires through 4th gear. It's going to be a rocket ship. So that's kind of like, you guys saw us struggling through the troubleshooting, trying to figure out what it was so we can fix it correctly. And then we fixed it, and now it's ready to go home to the customer. This one also has rolling anti-leg, so he's got a button in there. I'll jump in here and show you guys. So he's got this button here. It's just like a momentary. If you're driving and you're on the gas and you're in a gear and you're like above 25% throttle, it'll build boost, like same as like 2-step kind of thing, but you're just in gear driving, and it's and then you let off that and you just go. You have like full boost and you just go. That's insane. So he's got that. He's also got the Pro EFI iBoost setting with 5 different boost settings, and then he has the Pro EFI traction control setup, and then he has 2-step setup into his clutch pedal. So as he depresses the clutch pedal and then brings the car to redline, or close to redline, I think it goes off at 5K on his car. It might be 6K. I'd have to look on the map. It'll activate 2-step if he wants to kind of show off or whatever, make some noise. He can do that too. So it's kind of got all the little cool things that we could do. It's a really cool, it's a race car. It's a really cool race car. So let me grab that radium pump hanger and show you guys, because I think we sealed up the back end of the Supra where his tank is, but we got one on the shelf, and I'll show you. So hold on a second. This is the radium part number 20-0512-02. Fuel hanger Mark IV Supra. This is a dual pump. You could hold 3 pumps with this one, but this is a dual pump. This is like the go-to here at our shop because we do work on a lot of Supras and we like radium products, so we always use this. This is on the shelf for a future customer. I think I know which one it's gonna be, but for now, I'm gonna just open it. We're not gonna damage anything, but I wanna show you guys what it looks like. So if you guys are interested in any radium products, you can check them out on our website, but I wanna show you one of my favorite ones. A lot of work. All right, here it is. This one's got 2 pumps, but it could have a 3rd pump over on that side if you wanted. Let's see if it'll stand on its own. Could have a 3rd pump right here if you were to connect it and you were trying to make like 1200 horsepower or whatever it would be. So usually you'll have the 1 pump running the whole time, and then at like 3500 RPM or 10 pounds of boost, you stagger this pump and have it turn on, and it activates when it from the ECU when it sees boost. The cool thing is they all feed into this, you know, central little like meeting up area here. They Y in together. It's not a Y, but 3-way into one, and then it goes up through here and comes out to a -8. In our case, we upsize this to a -10, so it has more than enough because we just wanted to overbuild it so we didn't have any questionable things and go back and wish we had done something like that. Would just be horrible. You got to redo it again, and then that would be on us because we're guiding him to change something, and so if we change it, it better work, you know. We didn't want to go there, so we did a -10 feed, which is plenty overkill, and then we do a -6 plus, which only certain companies can have a -6 plus. It would really be like the ID inside of a -7, which doesn't really exist, but it's in between -6 and 8. So we do a so it has a -6 fitting, but a -7 size hose. Plenty good, overkill again, and this thing works great, and that's what he has in there, and it's working good for him. Now you guys have seen this. That was pretty much one of the things that we had to do to fix our issue, and then we put better wiring to the top of these ring terminals, which is easy to work with on this radium setup. If you guys are interested in that, check it out on our website and all the other cool products that we have on there. And I hope that this video was informative on the Supra. So now you see a little bit of our most hated thing to do, troubleshooting, because like it's an unknown, and then you want to tell the customer, oh, I know what it is, but sometimes you got to go find what it is. And so it's like, for me, that's stressful because I would rather have it just be simple, like let's change this part and it'll work. But sometimes you don't know what part it is. You got to like kind of poke around at 5 different things. But you saw how it happened. We fixed it and it's good to go. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Till next time. See you later.